there's a lot of people listening to this, Kevin, who are perhaps thinking about getting into strength training business. What advice do you have for that person?
What I would say is if this is really for you, if you look at this work and you say, have to do that, I have to do that because I'm so pulled to do that, then don't let anything stop you. And have faith, for lack of a better word, have uh, a belief that even through the hard times, you're still developing skills, you're developing patience, you're
Mhm.
developing the resilience to help other people because the truth is, and this is not hyperbole, as you know, the truth is we are extending people's lives in a way that is more impactful than so many other things. The science is very, very clear. We can add, for many people, a decade to their lives, and not just a decade of extra life, because clearly we are all living longer, but we are not living well. If you look at the majority of folks in their 80s and their 90s, they are not doing well, and they could be. This doesn't need to be.
It's much earlier than that, really, isn't it? Like even people in their 50s,
Yeah,
60s, and 70s aren't doing well
yeah,
in a lot of cases. Yeah.
absolutely. And we have, through this tool, the ability to change their lives in a way that very few things can. There isn't any research that I've seen that says that there's anything better than exercise. And while there are other styles of strength training that are equally as effective as ours, there aren't any that are as efficient and are as safe as ours.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Well
so
said.
that that understanding, if this work is for you, is is tremendous. It's a tremendous thing that you're offering, and the old saying, right? The the life that is built upon helping other people is what makes for a joyful life,
Mm.
whatever that looks like for you. But as I say, if this work is for somebody, don't give up. Even through the hard times, you can certainly uh, help people in a dramatically impactful way and offer yourself a lifestyle that is also financially beneficial, and you know um, you can make a good living doing this.
Can't remember if it was like Marcus Aurelius or Seneca or one of those famous philosophers, but I'm pretty sure it was Aurelius actually said something like there's always an opportunity to kind of work on a virtue in every life experience, right? So when, like you said, when you're going through hard times, you can develop grit or patience or these types of traits that will. I often think about this when my kids are being really challenging. And I wouldn't say I'm very good at it, but I do think it's a very inspiring idea, something if you can channel that in those hard moments. Yeah, no, I think Kevin, the stuff you said is so true, and again, is okay, guys. My reason for doing what I do as well, right? It's like what could be more meaningful than helping guys like you build something that literally transforms people's lives, but also enables you to have the freedom doing what you enjoy and make a good living doing it as well. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, of course.
Any kind of final thoughts before we? Oh, actually, sorry. One other thing I wanted to say is you were talking about there in terms of a calling and what pulled you to do this, and it must have been really quite something for you, given that you had a very hard time with Anytime Fitness. I mean, most people, if they had that experience, would have been like, "Hell no! Am I ever going back to fitness business again? I'm going to get into something that's way less stressful." So kudos to you for actually getting back into the game, albeit in a better vehicle, it would seem, and making a massive success of it. I mean, that takes a lot of courage, right? I mean, I bet your wife wasn't always on board. And not that that's a reflection on her, but just the trials
Yeah.
and tribulations. Yeah,
Yeah, no. And to be honest, not without good reason,
exactly,
really.
exactly.
Right. I
Yeah,
mean, I lost a ton of money. It was painful financially. And yeah, her response was like, not the most supportive. It's like, "You're kidding me.
of
Like,
course. Yeah,
you thick-headed Mick. You can run straight back into the battle with almost nothing in your hands. And we're what do you call it? Oh yeah, we're old. It turns out, but yeah, I just thank you for that. Following my passion has always been, the way for me.
yeah, cool.
Really.
No.
So yeah, I think that's what it's about, right? Following that internal voice that says, "Hey, if you're quiet enough to hear that, to listen to that, following that, I think is a really wise thing."
Yeah,
And remembering to have a sense of humor about all of it, and try not to take it all
right,
yourself quite so seriously. That's one
right.
of the things that working with people with special needs, at least for me, is a reminder, take yourself too seriously and remember to laugh at as often as you can about all of it.